Fidel Castro orchestrated the Cuban Revolution and was the head of Cuba's government until 2008. Beginning in 1958, Castro and his forces began a campaign of guerrilla warfare to successfully overthrow Cuban dictator Fulgencio Batista, and Castro became the country's new leader. His communist domestic policies and military and economic relations with the Soviet Union led to strained relations with the United States that culminated in the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis. He was also responsible for fomenting communist revolutions in other countries around the world. Under Castro, improvements were made to healthcare and education, while civil liberties were severely eroded. However, the 1991 collapse of communism and its negative impact on Cuba's economy led Castro to relax some restrictions over time. No one knows precisely how many Cubans have left their country in pursuit of freedom in America, but it is known that we have accepted some 300,000. And more keep coming. The Cuban government admits that 200,000 of its 7 million citizens still residing there have applied to leave. For her part, the United States welcomed each successive wave with mostly open arms until President Clinton amended the 1966 Cuban Adjustment Act in 1994. Since then, only Cuban refugees who make it to dry ground have been granted political asylum. In October 1965, Castro announced that the port Camarioca would be opened for any Cubans wishing to sail for the Yankee paradise. More than 2,900 fled before Castro closed the port. Many Cubans escaped to the freedom found in America using homemade rafts made from wood pallets, old oil barrels, and pontoons from broken pontoon boats. Some of them got more sophisticated and made legitimate boats with motors and aerodynamics. Others, who could afford to hire people, got fellow Cubans with legitimate speedboats to ferry them across the 90 miles to freedom and outrun the American Coast Guard. Here is a real-life example of what it probably would have looked like when the Cubans reached America and unloaded their stuff onto the docks of freedom. Then you have this absolute genius who attempted 2 times to escape using homemade boats made from cars, like 1960 Chevys. That kind of car. The man built them in his garage. Here is our visual interpretation of what it probably didn't look like crossing over in a car.
For Please clap.